Hey, this show is entirely listener supported. That's you. You're a listener. If you want to support the show and find out how to get bonus content and early episodes and monthly video hangouts with me and Jeff, you can head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
The two shield straps, it's usually wrist to your upper elbow, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It would be the same as my gauntlet measurements, I would imagine. Like, come on. So anyway, I need a new tailor. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Hey, we got a story that I think will be maybe one of your dreams come true, Anthony. Mm-hmm. This was sent to us by Pompadours on the subreddit, which is wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.
Pompadours?
Pompadours.
Plural?
Pompadours.
Like a doo-wop band.
Yeah, all the Pompadours.
All the Pompadours sent this
and
one.
They were like, here's a story. Thanks, Pompadours. This is about a man in China who lived, or is living, continues to live, and has done for a decade.
I do that every day, Jeff. What's the story?
He's living a life of solitude. He has his own little fortress of solitude. He lives in an abandoned town called Xuenshanshe, I hope. I hope that's how you pronounce it. In China. This is a small town that once had, in 2006, had 20 families living in it. It's not a bustling city by any stretch.
Sure.
But it was a town.
It's a village.
Yeah,
it's a village in the Chinese countryside. Sure.
20 families lived in it in 2006. They have since all either moved away or died off. And he has stayed all alone, the single resident of this town, by himself for 10 years.
Oh, that's so nice.
Right? That's what I thought you would think. Oh,
that's so nice. How's his internet?
I don't know if he has internet, bro.
Fuck that, then.
All you need is some space and some internet?
That's all I need, man. All I need is the internet and a star to steer it by.
Well, he definitely has stars. He's in the middle of nowhere.
I love this photo. The photo that goes along with this article, you guys, is a man. I mean, he's basically in a Jim Jarmusch movie when Jim Jarmusch was going through his post-apocalyptic phase.
Yeah.
Or like a Godard, like a really new wavy Godard movie where everybody's living in a rubble.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody notices. Like, this is literally a guy who, it's a picture of him in a house where the roof is just torn the fuck off.
Yeah, this is not just an abandoned city. This is an abandoned city that has fallen to ruin.
And it's him and 4 sheep hanging out on the floor of this house.
Yeah, he does have sheep, so I guess he's not completely alone. He has raised sheep. My favorite thing is his quote. I'm not
going where everybody's mind immediately went on that one.
Am I,
we know where you went.
And it's probably where he goes fairly frequently.
We don't know this guy.
We don't know him, but I'm going to guess, people have needs. Anyway.
Like sweaters? Are you talking about sweaters?
He's going to have to get some wool at some point, right?
He's got to trade it to the other guy who lives alone in the village 20 miles away who has wood.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy like 20 miles to the north that has stone.
Yeah.
If he's going to replace that roof, he's going to have to be savvy with his trades and his political decisions.
This is right. It's not an easy life to lead, but you got to have...
It's not easy to be a settler.
You're going to trade sheep for brick at some point. And you need to get a good return on your investment on that.
That's all I'm saying.
Because you're going to need bricks. What with that roof not being a roof?
Why does he stay? What makes him want to stay there?
Well, I think he was kind of...
I get why he's staying there, but for the people that don't have a smooth black stone for their hearts, why is he staying there?
He says, surviving here is not a problem. He says it's no big deal. I got the land. I'm hanging out.
That's what keeps a lot of people in their hometowns, actually.
I'll probably...
Survival here is not a problem.
Yeah.
We got a smoothie king.
Hey, things that stay in motion tend to stay in motion, and things that aren't just tend to stay.
Hey man,
right?
We got a lot of cool new stuff since you moved away. All right, we got 2 Smoothie Kings now. The Starbucks has a drive-through.
A drive-through Starbucks.
Yeah, and the you remember that cool bar that was on the corner?
The only bar in town?
Yeah.
It was literally named the only bar in town.
Yeah. You remember that place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shut down.
Oh.
It's another Smoothie King.
3 Smoothie Kings?
I mean...
There's no bar in town now.
No.
The town has no bar.
The town has no bar. Right. And also, like, there's not a lot of work unless you want to be a smoothie artist. But I'm telling you, things are bustling and picking up here since you left. I don't know. You may want to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to eat that many smoothies, so maybe I'll just, stay in New York.
I don't know, man. I mean, listen, I'm settling down. Like, I found somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I basically had dated everyone that we went to school with, and there was one person left, and we had all dated everybody else, and now we're getting married, and it's great.
Congrats.
Yeah,
That's
she's
wonderful.
the manager of the Smoothie King. No, not that one. Look at the other one.
Yeah,
that one.
The one next door to that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's the nicer of the two Smoothie Kings, I would say.
Well, she's great at what she does.
Oh.
That's called a reenactment of Every Time I Go Home by Anthony Carbone. So this dude, he's living with 20 families. Everybody slowly leaves or dies off because obviously this is a remote location. Mm-hmm. And something in him says,
I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stick it out.
I'd like to just stay here, surrounded by no one. I love this, actually.
My favorite quote is, he says, "In the beginning, I wasn't able to sleep at night while listening to the howling of the wild dogs."
Sure. Well, that's why you get a white noise machine.
You got to get that white noise machine or else the howling dogs will keep you up at night.
That's what I always say. If you could get that internet connection up and running, you could do like a Soma FM or a Coffee-tivity, and give you that white noise you need during the day.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's really during the night that you need the white noise for the howling dogs, I'm guessing.
For the howling dogs, sure.
Yeah. But during the day, you want to have, something a little melodic, is what you're saying.
That's what I think.
All right. I mean, a roof, I think, probably is the higher priority, personally. Stars are lovely to look at, but I'm sure there's going to be some weather at some point.
That picture tells me, not that he's living in a building with no roof, Jeff, but that he's decided that's where the sheep live.
Oh.
There were 20 families there, so there were 20 buildings, right? So now he kind of has his pick of the houses.
He's got a great situation. He can have a different house for every day of the week.
Literally, everybody just took off and they left the buildings.
He's saying, am I in a roof mood or am I in a no roof mood? What's tonight like? Is it a nice balmy evening that I can just chill out under the stars and hang out in No Roof Central over down on 3rd Street? There's only 3 streets.
There are 3 streets, and they're not so much streets as they are just demarcations he's made in the ground to let him know where he is.
Yeah, they're more like places where there's sheep droppings. Mm-hmm. Sheep dropping avenue.
Yeah, and so it's constantly changing.
Yeah, which I guess,
urban planning is tough.
It gives you a little variety, a little spice in your life. It's nice.
But no, you ever watch that show, Last Man on Earth?
Love that show, Last Man on Earth.
I think it's one of the best shows on TV in the last few years. And the first season was very much just this guy living in Tucson,
right?
Just going into all the houses and living however he wanted in all these different houses. And there's something kind of like, I think everybody at one point in their lives has imagined, like, what if I was the last person on Earth?
Sure.
Or, what would I do? Yeah. And they kind of, like, they fed into all of the cool fantasies that everybody has about that, where he's living in, like, a house that has all of the art from the Smithsonian in it.
Right.
And he's, like, hitting golf balls at it.
Right.
Like, all this weird shit. And, like, there's something kind of cool at letting everybody leave the village and then having these 20 buildings.
Yeah, there's something amazing about there's no rules for this guy, right? He is the king of his own domain, as modest as it may be.
Yeah.
He still has complete autonomy over everything he can see around him.
How secluded is this place?
It's pretty secluded, judging by the photography, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty amazing. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
The solitude part.
Yeah.
I'm a person that enjoys my me time, my alone time. I love being with my wife. I love the life we have, but she travels for work. And when she's out of town, there's something magical about just kind of getting in touch with me again and being by myself. I feel like you're the same way, but this is kind of that on such a intense level.
Yeah. I definitely am. I think one of the nice things about, like you're saying, the careers that both my wife and I have chosen is I travel a lot. She travels a lot.
Yeah.
We have downtime, and when we have the downtime, we hang out together. And then when we travel, and it's cool. Like right now, I'm living that bachelor lifestyle for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. I am the sort of person that just sort of needs a certain amount of quiet and alone time like every day.
Yeah.
Like every single day.
I think that's healthy. I think that's a good thing.
I just need like 10 to 12 hours a day alone by myself.
Yeah.
And then like 12 to 16 hours of sleep.
That's all you need.
That's really like, that's it, you know, and then
just to be productive.
And then in those other hours, I'm very social, you know, and I'm just such a social butterfly. I need to be around people. I have that need for togetherness and a connection and all that stuff. But for those 12 hours a day, I need my solitude. And for those 16 hours a day, I do need to sleep.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's more hours, but you know, math. Right.
Well, you know, sometimes it fluctuates.
Right, sure.
12 to 16 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
12 to 20 hours of solitude. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Can you imagine, like, this story has hit the internet, right? It was sent to us. So this story, someone in China sees it and is like, that sounds amazing. I want to move into that neighborhood. It's like, hey, hey, is this house taken? Is this house vacant?
I'm sorry. What are you asking me?
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
This is my family. This is my wife, Sarah.
Okay.
This is This is Tex.
Hi, Tex.
Hey, hi. So we saw your story and we thought we'd come and move in and this is really looks like a fantastic neighborhood. Kind of the peace and quiet that we as a family were hoping to do. Oh my God! Look at this sheep.
Please don't look at the sheep or touch the sheep.
Tex,
please don't look at anything. If you could just close your eyes. I can feel your eyes on me, and I don't know if I enjoy it.
Well, we can avert our eyes certainly, but is this no roof place taken? Because I feel like a whole family would dig.
The sheep live there.
Oh, all right.
And then the other 19 buildings I sort of rotate through.
Certainly, you know, we can move into one of these buildings and be your new neighbor. Sarah, show them the pot roast. We made you a pot roast. We thought we'd make you a pot roast here. I've been slaving on this all day. And she's a fantastic cook. Thanks, baby.
Sorry, I'm just looking. I apologize. I'm looking to see if Dave took the gun with him when he left. Dave had a gun. Have any of you seen a gun?
Oh, I think Tex got a hold of it.
That was inevitable. Yeah, that was inevitable.
That's my boy.
According to this article, this guy has a job. He works for the forestry department.
Yeah, he makes $143 a month.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to get into the whole economics of what it costs and what people make in China because I don't know enough.
It's not roof money.
That's not roof money for sure. But he has 19 other roofs. So he works a gig, but I find it interesting that he works a job in the forestry department, which is a solitary job as well, right?
Yeah,
so it's not like this guy goes off to work for the parks department and runs into other people,
right,
and hangs out with other people there and then goes home to solitude. He is choosing all day, every day to live in this solitude.
Right. Well, plenty of people in the real world live by themselves.
Yeah, not the fake ass world that China is.
Well, I don't mean that. I mean
hey, China. You fake ass motherfuckers.
I don't mean that they're fake. I mean that he lives in a very secluded...
You know what I'm tired of? Tired of all the fucking fronting and flexing China does. Pretending to be things that...
they're not real.
Yeah, China's fake.
I've never been there.
Let me ask you something. Nor have I.
Probably not real.
Look, all I'm saying is I saw a documentary that said there's no such thing as General Tso's chicken. Quid pro quo, transitive property.
Yeah.
All the evidence comes together. Please look at this yarn that I've tied up on the wall from picture to picture. Is there a China?
Probably not. I've never been there.
Yes.
Do you know anybody who's been there?
No.
I don't either.
I know people whose families are from there.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Nice try, China.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, I don't mean to say real world, but
you ever flown over China?
Never. Why would I?
I thought one time I was flying over China and I looked out of the airplane window. There's just an infinite blackness.
Yeah, you can't see China.
I felt a pulling.
Oh, you felt a pulling?
I felt a pulling from deep within the pit.
Oh.
I don't think China's real, and I think there's something scary there.
You think that might
I think
be,
all of these quaint little stories are made up.
You think China is the nothing? It's just a fantasy fabrication that pulls reality toward it? It's like a black hole of consciousness?
I'll tell you this, Jeff. It definitely wasn't the absence of something. It wasn't a nothing that I felt.
No?
No. It was something...
Something more?
Something more. Something dark. I think we're being kept from China for a reason.
Oh, you think China has secrets?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much, I don't want to get into the economics because I don't know anything about the economics. That's not the interesting part to me. The interesting part to me, and also plus, everything this guy takes home is 100% gravy. He's got 20, he's got 20 houses, he's got sheep, he's got everything.
Oh, that's why those sheep roll large, man. He's lavishing them with gifts.
Yeah, those sheep are wearing fur stoles. Sheep don't need that.
They don't need that. They have their own fur. It's irrelevant and superfluous, but he does it because he can.
Those sheep have glasses on, and those are not Warby Parkers. Those are some nice ass fucking glasses. And I don't even think you can tell if a sheep has vision problems.
He can.
So this is a guy who's decided, like, yeah, I'm going to live alone. I'm going to work alone.
Yeah.
These are all the things that he's decided. I think it's terrible.
I shouldn't have said what I said, but the point is, not the real world, but in a more dense metropolitan area, there are plenty of people that go to work and have social lives and come home and live, solitary existences. This guy is in the middle of nowhere and doesn't see anyone ever, and his commute would be insane to try to go to a place. So he just walks around.
And I think that there are people that like that. When you think about the forestry department, you think about people who work as park rangers or forest rangers, things like that. Yeah. They decide that they're going to go off for weeks at a time and not see people. Like, they need that alone time as well.
Yeah, I played Firewatch.
Yeah, we've all played Firewatch. We understand how
I have
the
an
forest
intimate
works.
understanding now of that lifestyle.
There are a lot of jobs out there for people who want to be solitary. There are lives out there, and I think we sort of forget, like you say, living in densely populated areas or areas where there are always people around, that we need a little bit of alone time, and we need a bit of alone time, like, in nature. I don't think I need as much alone time as this motherfucker needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, because I just need like 10 to 12 hours.
It would be nice just to get some reading done. Yeah. Just to really just kind of hunker down with
I love that he's decided to live in the ending of every Twilight Zone. Or not the ending, but like the late Act 2 of every Twilight Zone, right?
Yeah.
The astronaut decides it's okay. He's gonna come to terms with the fact that there's seemingly no one in this town.
Yeah.
Or Burgess Meredith is like, oh, it's fine. I'll just read all these books. Like or the bank robber who like gets stuck in time for a little while. All of these like late Act 2 where they think they're coming to terms with it, which tells me this guy is about to have a twist pulled on him.
Wait a minute, Anthony. You know what nobody's talking about? There were 20 families that lived in this town, and they all died off, and one guy is left.
Some left, but they're not talking about why.
I mean, maybe this guy had a plan all along, wanted to live alone. Maybe he just,
That's right, everybody. That's right, everybody. Build these houses. Build them up.
Hey,
let's make our own little town. Yeah, everybody be happy in our own little town. Am I right?
Hey, have you seen my wife, Sarah? She was here when I left. I could have sworn she said she was going to stay in the house number 6, all day long.
No, I haven't seen Sarah, but I do. There's a new sheep. I have a new sheep.
Wait a minute.
No, I used to have 2 sheep, and now I have 3 sheep.
Sarah? Is that...
Sarah I would be happy to name my sheep Sarah in honor of your dear departed wife.
Something in her eyes that remind me so strongly of my wife. Is that a tiny sheep pot roast? Oh!
Everybody, we have another sheep. I have 3 sheep now.
Dad! Tex is our only hope. Tex is our only hope. With his gun, he will liberate.
What's the answer, everybody? What is the point of this entire podcast? What were we getting at? We can all draw the same conclusion now. Guns.
They'll save us all.
Give a gun to a child today.
Would you do this even for a short period of time? Would you go like to a retreat where you could be your own master of a town? What if they sold this as like a come and live in a town by yourself?
Yes.
This is a reality show that we should
I think
pitch.
I would love to do it. When we were driving around Iceland a couple years ago, my wife and I went to Iceland and we did 10 days and we just drove around it. And like, there are entire days in between small towns once you get out of like the southern part of Iceland. And it's so nice to just be like, I'm just going to walk around on this volcanic field and moss right now. And I'm just going to be alone for like 3 hours in the solitude. And we did it for like 10 days, you know? Wow. I absolutely believe that everybody should do something like this every once in a while. There's because we're so surrounded by social stuff now, I don't think it even occurs to us that you could take a trip alone. So many people don't even like go to dinner alone or a movie alone. Yeah. It doesn't even occur to us now. Right. But it's so nice. It's so nice to just have like a day in quiet with yourself.
This guy's really got it all figured out.
He's got it all figured out. He knows how to turn people into sheep. He's making money. He's living in 20 homes. Yeah. This guy should be selling an ebook. This guy should be giving away a free PDF of life tips with his newsletter.
He could, man. Yeah. Yeah.
How to build a sheep town in the middle of nowhere with dark magic.
Sheeptown living.
Sheeptown living is what Sheeptown living was my favorite 90s R&B jam.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Me?
Yeah.
For a short period of time, I think.
How long do you think you'd go?
I don't know if I could do more than a week.
I could do a month, I think.
You could do a month?
I think I could do a month.
I'd go stir crazy.
I couldn't. Here's where this guy wins over me, though. I have no skills in nature. This guy clearly has nature skills.
Yeah, he does.
I don't have those. He's got a house, but it's not like he's got a fridge. Like,
oh, fridge would be so
but that's
essential.
The thing, is if I could get just like a little, like a solar cell and just like a little bit, like if I could go for a month if I had provisions.
I don't know. I'd still think
I'm not a hunter-gatherer.
Yeah, me neither. Well, what if if you're like this is like a fallout shelter or a war, like a nuclear fallout shelter. Okay. You're fully stocked. You got electricity. You got everything. I mean, this is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is, you're fine.
But I can go outside.
But you're by yourself.
Yeah. I could go a month.
Really?
I could definitely go a month.
I could. I feel like I could
go a month and then I'd be like, okay, now I think I'm done. I might be able to go longer. I don't know. Is there internet or just electricity?
Internet feels a cheat.
Internet's a cheat.
But you
so
have
just
books.
Electricity. I could have books and stuff. Yeah, I could go a month.
Man, that would be. I could go a month. I think by the end of that month, I would feel a little different than I started.
Sure, but that could be good.
Changed.
That could be good.
Maybe.
I don't know. How do you guys feel? How long do you think you could last? Could you last at all? Also, is this guy turning people into sheep?
I think he probably is.
Is China a real place?
If you spend enough time by yourself, eventually you figure out how to turn people into sheep. I think that's the lesson.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about all of these questions on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those sheep magic. And hey, guys, we're so excited because we only fund this show, support this show through donations from listeners.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that's possible.
And the reason why we're so excited is you wouldn't think that we would be able to attain basically every single one of our goals for this show through just the kindness of people.
Yeah, but it turns out people are super kind.
It's been amazing. We recently hit our video goal, and video episodes are going to be starting very soon, if they have not already, by the time you listen to this. And we're just like so psyched that you guys have allowed us to continue making this show and continue making it exactly the way we want, with no advertising and no outside interference. It's been awesome. If you want to find out how to support us and get a little extra back from us in return, you can head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.